The Mavericks destroy the Jazz at the AAC for their first win on a special night in Dallas. We'll talk about it coming up next on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. It's the DLLS Mavs post-game show live in our DLLS Sports Studios. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curler. We, of course, are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys covering your favorite team, especially when they tune up the Jazz at the AAC as the Mavericks behind Klay Thompson's eruption destroy Will Hardy and the Utah Jazz 144-122, a season high 144 points for the Dallas Mavericks in a victory as they improve to 16-26 on the season as they begin their baseball series with the win. We'll break it all down here for you over the course of the next hour. Really appreciate you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Our DLLS Mavs beat writer Harrod Jr. will be joining us live from the AAC later on in our show as Klay Thompson, story of the night. Your biggest takeaway from tonight's game?
Well, Klay was very good. I feel like it's kind of disrespectful toward the Mavs for my big takeaway to be about the other team, but my big takeaway is of the other team.
Yeah.
The Jazz are horrible. They are a horrible, horrible, horrible basketball team. The situation that they've created for themselves on the watch along, I was getting mad.
Yes,
I was getting very mad because
we were all getting mad.
We were yelling at each other, actually, honestly.
Yeah, we were kind of a little bit
over minor disagreements. it's a long season, folks.
Small details. Yes, that's right.
The Jazz suck, dude. The Mavs were no Coop, no AD, no PJ, no Gafford, no Christie, obviously no Kyrie, obviously no Lively, obviously no Exum. That's not their top 8 guys, but that's 8 of their top 9 or 10 guys if they're healthy. And they just destroyed the Jazz. 144 points in regulation. They made 19 threes. They were winning by as many as 38 points over a team that was down one main guy in Lowry, and then Kevin Love and Yusuf Nurkic, who are to varying degrees effective players in the league. You know, kind of depends on the day for K-Love at this point in his career. But
D and PCDs.
The Mavs just I don't know, man. I just sort of feel bad for Jazz fans, you know.
I mean, Utah fans think that their team has a plan. I don't know if it'll come to fruition. I mean, we talked about this during the watch along. I mean, they went all in on the tank last year to go get the guy that plays for the Dallas Mavericks and cooperflagg, and that went horribly wrong for them, falling all the way to 5th in lottery odds. Clearly, they decided to do it again to try to go get one of the 3 in AJ DeBansa, Cameron Boozer, or Darren Peterson. Who knows if the blatant tank will work again. We'll see as we get to the end of the year.
Dude, it's bleak, man. Now, I do see championship games makes a good point. It could be that the Mavs are that good. It could be. And we got to say, after having watched J-Kid coach the back half of last season, especially after the trade and after the deadline and Kyrie goes down and everything, he did make something out of nothing. I mean, he gets the buy-in, and it feels like the more talent the Mavs have unavailable,
the harder they play.
Yeah, the higher up he rolls up his sleeves.
Yeah, it's like, watch this.
Yeah, and really digs into the bag of tricks. I mean, he was running Klay off screens tonight like it was like Richard Hamilton, Reggie Miller. I mean, this is like
Splash Brother Warrior days.
I mean, this is like 20, 30-year-old basketball we're seeing only played in the modern age. It was unbelievable. I mean, the Mavs really just completely beat their ass. Moussa Cisse was incredibly good.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl came in and was good. Naji was obviously good. I mean, he's just been so good. Caleb Martin, another good game.
Second straight good game for
14 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. Like,
somebody come get him.
Dude.
Somebody come get him.
No troll. Like, he's playing really well.
He's got his confidence back a little bit now, yeah.
Now, on the end of the spectrum of the Mavs are good, okay? 144 points tonight in regulation.
Yeah.
The last time they scored at least that many points in regulation, they did it twice during the 23-24. In fact, they did it 3 times during the 23-24 season. That year they went to the finals. So the Mavs might be about to go on a run to the finals if history repeats itself. And one of those games against the Utah Jazz.
Of course it was.
The masterpiece of dog-esque game.
Of course. That was. So is this masterpiece of dog-esque game part 2?
This could be the start of something very, very special, Mavs fans.
Okay, so I need to wait for Will Hardy's comments post-game because I want to see if he goes part 2.
I would say, if I were him, I would say there are no words for what I just witnessed tonight. I quit.
Well, he's not going to do
I've
that.
decided to resign effective immediately.
Well, he's not. He signed up for this. He voluntarily went there to go coach there. He signed up for this. So why would he quit? He signed up for this on purpose.
I would if I were him.
Yes, I see you in the chat. D-Lo.
We agreed.
No, there's too many comments. I got to mention it. There's too many folks talking about it. So you can cover yours if you want to. Yeah, D'Angelo Russell, DNP, CD Low again tonight. I didn't think he would play, but I didn't think he would actually not play. And he didn't play.
A mere 24 hours ago, we said we're not talking about him anymore.
There's too many folks talking about it in the chat. I got to acknowledge the chat. Have to acknowledge the chat.
All right, chat, this is the last time.
Have to acknowledge the chat.
He doesn't exist. We don't know him.
Clearly.
All right, I don't know that song. All right? I don't know her. Keep it going.
Clearly, Jason Kidd doesn't know that song anymore either because yikes. In a game where the Mavericks were down literally all of their best players, he couldn't see any time on the floor. In a game where the Mavericks led, so check this out, led by as many as 38 points in this game as the Utah Jazz were on the second night of a back-to-back. Mavericks also on the second night of a back-to-back. Jazz showed up tonight like they didn't give a damn about being here at all, and it was from jump. As the Mavericks led by 20 at halftime, those lead continue to balloon as the night went on, and first team can't go back all-star Moussa Cisse had a really good game with his activity tonight. You saw what he had, 10 points, 13 rebounds for Moussa tonight, and Klay Thompson made history on this evening, becoming in fourth place all-time on the three-point made field goal list, as he now is only behind Ray Allen, James Harden, and his former Splash brother, Stephen Curry. Those are the top 4 all-time in terms of three-pointers made, as he made career three-pointer 2,805 earlier on in this game. So congratulations to Captain Klay, making history as he continues to move up the charts. Next on his list is Ray Allen. He was just behind Damian Lillard coming into tonight, and now he is about 160 some odd three-pointers away from passing Ray Allen for third all-time.
You still got to look in your rearview mirror, too. Dame will be back next year.
Dame will be back next year as well.
And who knows how many more games Klay plays this year. And I don't know if they say we're going to shut you down, I bet he'll probably say, I'm good. I'm still going to play.
I think yeah. And will that be in a Mavericks uniform? And that's the other part of tonight's game. The biggest takeaway, Tankathon Bowl Part 1 goes to the Mavericks as they improve to 16-26. Jazz lose a game to gain some ground, quote unquote, in the
or does it go to the Jazz? Because if
it goes
you're
to the
tanking,
Jazz, yeah.
you're trying. So I think
I'm saying
Tankathon Bowl
the win-loss portion of this.
But I think if it's a Tankathon Bowl, it has to be the loser.
Is the actual winner?
So the Tankathon Bowl goes to the Jazz.
The Jazz, technically.
Part one, part 2 comes Saturday. So
well,
now, do you want the most esoteric stat of all time?
Sure, why not? Hit me with it. Why not? Hit me with it.
I built it up that way.
Such a Bobby quote.
Yeah, exactly. You want the most esoteric stat I can find? Hit us with it.
So tonight, Seats for Soldiers got rebranded to Seats for Heroes. I don't really know what the impetus was for that. I'll try and do some reporting and get an answer for you at some point between now and the end of time. But the Mavs improved with their win today to 17-2 all time in Seats for Heroes games or Seats for Soldiers games. Now,
8th straight win, by the way.
They've had some great ones.
Tonight, they played the Jazz. They've played 19 Seats for Heroes games. Okay. They've now played the Jazz 4 times of those 19, and they're 4-0 against Utah. That is the most times they've played any opponent on Seats for Heroes night. They've played the Pistons 3 times, which is really weird because you only play them once every year. And they've played the Magic 3 times.
Oh, wow.
They've played the Jazz 4 times, and they are a perfect 4-0 against Utah. And one of those times was also a 50-point win, and not the masterpiece of Dog-S game.
Wait, what?
So the Mavs have beaten the Jazz by 50 at home twice in the last 7 years. This one was in 2018.
So what you're
I
saying
was
is
at the 2018 one.
Oh,
Luka hit some awesome
Luka and Dennis were just
step
destroying
back
them,
threes. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we should have seen this coming.
Yes, the final to that
Okay.
game was 118-68.
Oh, wow.
Now, the Jazz did score a little more today. They got up to 122,
Okay.
which is wild because it was 66-48, I think, like late in the second quarter, and we were kind of joking, do we think that they'll even get to 90? They ended up getting to 122.
Well, they wound up scoring 43 points in the fourth quarter.
By the way, 5th time in the last 7 games that a Jazz opponent scored at least 128 points.
Good gracious, man.
Yeah. They
Jazz
are awful.
Stink.
They're a horrible, horrible team. And if you go back another week before that, they allowed 131, 126, 140, 143, 128, 135, 137, 129.
That's before they gave up the $150 to Charlotte on Sunday.
Yes. That's basically over the last month. Over the last month and a half, they have probably played, by defensive rating, I would have to guess, probably the worst defense of all time.
Sounds like it. Of course, they were last in defensive rating coming into tonight. R. King makes a good point. Honestly, we need the Jazz to lose because we can't let the Oklahoma City Thunder get their pick. Yes, that's part of the underlying story going into these 2 games between these 2 teams. The Jazz would owe the Oklahoma City Thunder their pick if it finishes outside of the top 8. So the Jazz actually have incentive to lose because if they don't, they'll give that pick up to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, no, this does not include tonight. But tonight, it'll get worse after tonight. Since December 5th, the Jazz's defensive rating is 124.4.
Gee whiz,
124.4.
That's so disgusting.
What they are doing is a disgrace.
It's disgusting.
It is an affront to basketball. The best offense of all time did not score that efficiently, which means the Jazz's defense against the whole league
is the worst.
Is
of all time.
worse than the best offense ever.
Good gracious, man. No, I mean, Sheldon, look, Danny Ainge has clearly made the call the last couple of years. Like, they're racing to the bottom as quickly as they can to try. And we had some of this discussion during the watch along. You know, in some ways, I mean, let me ask you a question. What true, really good free agent is going to sign to play with the Utah Jazz on purpose? Like the guys that have been good over the last 10 years. Donovan Mitchell, drafted. Rudy Gobert, drafted. Like, guys aren't going to Utah on purpose to sign up to be, franchise players there. So they feel like the best way they can go get theirs is through the draft. And the easiest way to go to do that is to try to blatantly tank and get yourself a top 5 pick, maybe a top 1 pick, top 3 pick. And they tried it last year, failed, didn't get Cooper Flag. They're trying it again in a terrific top-heavy draft class.
They deserve a top 0 pick, man. And this is why even throughout this year where, I have been really annoying about it, I'll own up to it, but Kevin and Ron and Stein and Tanner and kind of the whole internet has joined in on this course. It's not like I'm fighting this battle alone. But whenever we're like, the Mavs need to lose, they need to lose, they need to get a really good pick, they need to get a really good pick. What you don't want to do is create an environment where this is just kind of like, it's the expected result.
Mm-hmm.
The Jazz were getting dominated by Jeremiah Robinson Earl tonight, and they did not look even bothered by it.
Yeah, they weren't. They
were just like, whatever, roll their eyes. Oh, it's another game.
They knew what the assignment
only
was.
have 40 more. What you don't want to do is let that become the norm. That's your everyday reality, because that kind of stuff will sap your joy for the game. That'll sap your passion, sap your will to win, and all that stuff. That will infect you like a virus. All right? I cannot let that happen to Coop. I will not abide by that. So don't be like the Jazz, Mavs.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, I don't have sympathy for the Jazz and what they do. I think that's just the reality that they think that they live in. is that they feel like they have to build their rosters through high draft picks. And to the point that our King makes, Gordon Hayward left. Yeah, drafted by the Jazz. Eventually decided didn't want to be a part of that anymore, and he left. So that's an organizational decision that
they got better without him. I mean, that allowed Donovan to kind of take the next step.
Donovan to get better, and Gobert and all those guys. So, yeah, they do what they feel like they have to do. And
Sheldon, I made that suggestion. Sheldon said, if you want to fix it, sounds like the Jazz need to move out of Utah.
I
said that
Sheldon,
on the watch alongs.
He did say that during the watch along.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. So, hey man, it is what it is.
If you're gonna, not to whatever demean your point or anything, but if you're going to use something that is entirely within your control as an excuse for not being good, change the thing that you can control. Every NBA team should play in LA. Like, if you want a competitive advantage, you look historically. Every single team that wins the title is within 10 miles of ocean. Like, that's just how it has been for a really, really long time, and it's how it's going to continue to be.
And we'll pick up some of this on the other side of the break, but or you could just make the decision. Go spend the money. Like, go be a team that wants to spend the money and become a destination place. Like,
I don't want every veteran out of here, just the ones that I want out of here.
Okay.
I do want to keep some.
Let's take
just a few.
Just a few. Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. When we come back, more on tonight's win. Klay Thompson, big game for him. Caleb Martin getting his mojo back, and Naji Marshall continuing to carve up defenses these days. All that and more coming up next. What kind of dreams did you have growing up as a kid? Did you want to be a professional athlete or an actor? It is award season when it comes to the movies. Whatever your dreams are these days, Shopify can help you do it with Shopify. They're the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. today. In fact, Shopify even powers our DLLS merch store where you find fire merchandise like this, like I got on right now. In fact, Shopify's got you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email, and social media marketing campaigns as well, and so much more. And if you need even easier tools, they've got AI tools designed to help you maximize your sales every single day. And if you're ready to sell, that means you're ready to Shopify. So turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Make sure you check them out and get your business started today with Shopify.
I'm on the other side of 30. Some people say it's the wrong side of 30. Feels like the right side of 30 to me, but what doesn't always feel right is my energy level, my body, just generally my desire to get out of bed and not just face the day, but go grab it by the horns and tackle that thing. Guys, if you're feeling like me, if maybe you're getting a little older, you feel a little low energy, it could be because your body is actually withholding testosterone from you. Your body actually always produces testosterone, but it actually will hold some of it back kind of in reserves, almost like it's like deep in the freezer. But this product, Mars Men Natural Testosterone Support, helps you extract that stuff and also will reportedly, 91% of users, Kevin, reported higher energy levels. If you want to try it out, there's a 90-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. What are you waiting for? For a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. Again, mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts at checkout. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please tell them that DLLS Mavs sent you.
Welcome back to the DLLS Mavs post-game show. Mavericks clobber the Utah Jazz in the first of their 2-game quote-unquote baseball series, 144-122, doubling up the Utah Jazz tonight as the Dallas Mavericks made, check this out, 19 3-pointers, boys and girls, going 19 of 47 from deep. That is a 40% clip as the Mavericks shoot overall 56.7% from the field, dropping a season-high 144 points. Mavericks had 7 guys in double figures, led by the ageless one, if you will, Klay Thompson, 26 points, and a big night for him, season-high for him, as he knocked down 6 3-pointers, going 6 of 13. He let them fly tonight. He let the threes fly tonight. Also had a season-high 6 assists as well for the Dallas Mavericks, as they used what was in this game 37 assists. So, good offensive night. Yeah, 37 assists.
Hold, please.
On the 55 made field goals that they have Jazz shoot 47 of 96 at 49%. They go 10 of 36 from downtown overall in tonight's game. They were led in the scoring column by Bryce Sensabaugh, wound up with 27 points in this game.
And you said he had a bad game.
He was awful going into the fourth. How many points did they have in the fourth quarter then?
So they have had 37 or more assists tonight, 5, counting tonight. 5 games that at least 37 assists in the last 10 years. And one of those games went to overtime. And one of the games where they did it, by the way, the masterpiece of dog-esque game against Utah.
Wow.
So 2 of their last 3 games, at least 37 dimes, have come against the same team.
Good gracious. By the way, Bryce Sensabaugh, who had the 43 points last night, he went a perfect 7 of 7 from the field and 3 from 3 from the three-point line in the fourth quarter for 17 points.
Well, got a little Jaden Hardy in him. I respect it.
Because he was abysmal going into the fourth quarter. I didn't realize he went a perfect 7 for 7 from the field. Walter
He couldn't
Clayton.
have been that bad.
Huh?
Right? He couldn't have been that
He
bad.
only
Right?
had 10 points going into the fourth quarter.
Okay, that's not abysmal. That's a good game.
He made all 7 of his shots. He wound up, 10 of 17 from the field. So going into the fourth quarter, he was what?
Yeah, 1 of 5 and he had 6. In the first half. Sorry, he was 1 of 5.
He was 3 of 8 going into the fourth quarter.
Okay, yeah, 38%, and he had 10 points in a game they're down by 50. That's not abysmal. That's just kind of
After the game he had last night, awful.
Okay, well, yeah, he scored 43.
I expect big things from Gerald Sensabaugh, okay? Big things.
Well, he had a big fourth quarter. There you go.
Thanks, Gerald. Appreciate that.
Kevin.
What?
Give him a break.
What?
Give him a break.
Look, we were looking for an L from the Mavericks tonight because that's what we thought based off of the way they've been playing as of late. Because the Mavericks, they were the team with more energy, more give a damn than the Jazz had on the second night of a back-to-back. It felt like Utah had put all their eggs in a basket to try to win last night's game against Chicago, and they came up short. The Mavericks, who, of course, were down by as many as 23 points last night to the Denver Nuggets, came in with a lot more energy, and the start went to Jaden Hardy, Naji Marshall, obviously in the starting lineup as well, and Dwight Powell gave him extra good minutes tonight. And the story, Naji Marshall continues to just be fantastic. 22 points, 9 of 15, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Loves getting into the paint, devastating floater game. And Naji has put together a really consistent last couple of weeks now and just doing what he does night in and night out.
He's a good player, man. He's a really good player. Consistently in double figures. The last, I think it's 3 20-point games in a row, right, for him now?
Mm-hmm.
Float game automatic, obviously. You know, he earlier in his career was coming off the bench for the Pelicans or playing alongside a lot of guys that were getting shots, and so he never really had an opportunity to totally assert himself within an offense. But here, you know, he gets some touches in the corner kind of as the kick-out, spot-up shooter guy, but he's above the break a lot, kind of at the top of the key a lot, whether it's playing off Coop or a different guard, and that allows him to get downhill and attack into space. And he's just so good there because he's very physical, you know, on route to the rim. You know, he'll kind of shrug guys off or lower shoulder or give a little chicken wing, do things that are like borderline offensive foul, but it's never like a full extension, right? And so he's able to create a little space, so go as hard as he can, bump into someone, but then create enough room to drop in a teardrop. And it's very tough to be physical and then finish with touch. Most guys that are physical going downhill are going to finish physically. They're going to go up for the dunk, they're going to try and draw the contact into an and one layup, or they're going to, you know, do something like that. Naji will be physical right up until it's time to be finesse. And it's very tough for guys to defend that. It's the same way, although it's kind of different based on the way that they do it, but it's similar to what makes Luka so good is that even though he's not super fast, he's able to decel, or he's able to use his body to create just enough separation. Naji will go hard, and then he'll just like, you'll keep going. And
yes.
but he's like still 9 feet from the rim.
Yeah.
And he can just take all the time in the world to get up and drop in a little floater. And so for him to be like as consistent and efficient and consistently efficient as he's been, despite really not being able to shoot threes very well, is just, I mean, he's just, what an incredible player, man.
To the point in the chat, yeah, the Mavericks second unit was terrific tonight. In fact, at halftime, they had outscored the Utah bench 36-9 in the bench department, and the Mavericks second unit came in and did the job as the Mavericks were extremely shorthanded tonight. Cooper Flagg missing only his second game of the season. Of course, sprained his left ankle last night. Daniel Gafford continues to deal with that right ankle sprain that's plagued him since the beginning of training camp. PJ Washington sat out tonight's game after making his return to the lineup last night against the Denver Nuggets, and the Mavericks were the ones that came out aggressive and decided to give a damn tonight. And they deserve to win this game. Like, they deserved it and earned it in a number of areas. Like, there wasn't a lot from a quote-unquote tactical standpoint. It's just really like one team came out and decided we wanted to win tonight's game. The other team was like, okay, cool, you can have it tonight. And the Mavericks were the ones that did it, and the Jazz were like, okay, we'll just run it back on Saturday and see what happens on Saturday.
Is that a threat?
Unfortunately, it's a promise at this rate.
Oh boy,
because that's coming on Saturday. Because I mean, if you're the Jazz, like, what incentive do you have to win the rest of the year? You don't.
But like, what incentive? What are their fans supposed to hold on to? Like
the idea that AJ DeMance is coming,
right? But he's not. Like, we talk about Mavs fans all the time, and like how the messaging and how the organization treats its fans, the level of respect it gives its fans, all that stuff matters a whole lot. Now, I don't live in Salt Lake City, so maybe the Jazz fans will show up in droves no matter what. They have for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure their attendance waned in the period where they were terrible, but for the most part, over the last 30 years, 40 years, they've had a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Right? What are they supposed to hold on to, dude? Anytime they even get close to 500, it's like, oh, Lowry stubbed his toe. He's out a month. Like, why would I be excited if I'm a Jazz fan to watch on Saturday? At least with the Mavs, there's hope that Coop will be back. But even if he's not back on Saturday, the Coop will be back at some point. He's 19. He's going to be awesome. The Mavs have a thing. They have a direction. They have Lowry's going to be 30 soon.
I mean, to Sheldon's point, that is the only professional team in the state of Utah. I mean, it's just like Oklahoma City.
Well, I mean, the Utah Utes payroll is going to be higher than the Jazz's pretty soon.
Well, I mean, that's another story. But.
Although their football coach won't be there because he'll be in Michigan.
Yeah, Kyle Whittingham going to Michigan.
Is that a good hire for them or no?
It's an excellent hire by them.
Okay.
Got a grown-up in the room. Kyle Whittingham will put that program with stability. That's a good
I
hire.
hope so.
It's an excellent hire for them.
Although I just kind of pretend to be a Michigan fan. I'm not actually. Couldn't tell you a single player on their team. Bryce Underwood.
Yeah,
he's a quarterback.
Yeah, but they needed someone to come in and just stabilize the program. And Kyle Whittingham, he'll do that just fine. He don't have extracurricular activities.
Oh yeah, the Utah Mammoth.
Oh yeah, the hockey team. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I forgot about the whole hockey team.
Wait,
yes.
Do they play in Salt Lake City, or do they just play on the Salt Lake?
I think they play in Salt Lake City. Yeah, forgive me. I'm so sorry. I forgot completely about the Utah Mammoth, the hockey.
Oh yeah, they play at the Delta Center.
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah, so
cool.
It shows you how much I care about Utah hockey. With all due respect.
Aren't the Stars playing them tonight? Wait a minute. I think the Stars are playing.
The Stars playing
right now.
Utah tonight.
Let me check the scoreboard. They are, and they're losing. Okay.
So we had a double Utah-Dallas game tonight?
Utah is a bad city, so what they say.
I was just thinking about that.
I didn't realize we had a double Utah-Dallas
We should have done
game
double
tonight.
watch-along.
Yeah, we should have had like a mashup watch-along.
There's a
Yeah.
missed opportunity.
Oh, man. Shows you how much we've been paying attention. Good gracious. We're actually losing to the other team in Utah right now. Damn.
And that's backward. Like, if we could have the Mavs lose to Utah.
He should have been in
the
reverse.
Stars.
I would gladly
their
trade
Utah
places.
team.
I would sacrifice myself.
Yeah, same.
Oh, wow.
For that.
Wow. You would sacrifice yourself for that?
Well, I would sacrifice a win for that.
Okay. All right. Some of the other numbers you can see from tonight's game up on the screen there. Mavs 13 steals. This is a Jazz team that came into tonight averaging nearly 16 turnovers per game. They do not give a damn about protecting the basketball. The Mavericks took advantage of that. 20 stocks on the night with the 13 steals and 7 blocks that the Mavericks had in tonight's game. So the Mavericks brought it on both ends of the floor, at least until the fourth quarter anyway, where the Utah Jazz scored 43 points in the final frame, where it was pretty much obviously already decided in a number of areas. Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, we had some spirited discussion when it comes to how the NBA is handling teams like the Jazz, who are blatantly tanking, what it means for the future of the league. We'll get into some of that, and plus we'll welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Harrod Jr. a little bit later on in the show. We do that next.
It's playoff season, baby. We got the divisional round coming up this weekend in the NFL. I just had a meeting with one of my friends from CHGO, and they said it's going to be awfully freaking cold this weekend whenever the Bears play in their game. And so you know what?
Bears.
DeAndre Swift, more than. Okay, Kyle Monangai, more than. It's cold. The Bears are going to run. They know how to run the ball, and they're going to do just that. Also, you got Josh Allen going to Denver. The Bills' defense, not that great. RJ Harvey, the GOAT, more than rushing yards. Prize Picks is so fun. You choose whether between 2 or 6 players will record more or less than their projected stats. You can do it with football, basketball, hockey, baseball, men's, women's, pros, college. Doesn't matter. It's all on there. It's a whole lot of fun. If you want to play, download Prize Picks today. Use promo code DLLS when making your first $5 lineup, and your account will be granted $50 in lineups to use anytime you choose. And you can start amassing a great and powerful fortune. On Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
You know that moment when you realize you left your favorite pair of sunglasses on the beach or on the hood of your car or in 3 states that you left when you were on vacation? I know, it happens to me too. But that's where Shady Rays comes in. Shady Rays has changed the game with sunglasses that are for real life. They're seriously good looking. They're not stupidly expensive either. And they're durable as well. With Shady Rays, you are able to replace them if you lose them. If you break them on day one or if you lose them on day one, you can get guilt-free replacements when it comes to Shady Rays. They're not going to hassle you about it. They're just going to give you a brand new pair that you know and love. So with Shady Rays, you can wear your sunglasses without fear at all because Shady Rays will take care of you. They are the eyewear that, of course, always has your back. So we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code DLLS35 for 35% off your polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people with Shady Rays today. Mavericks take care of the Jazz tonight, 144-122, as the Mavericks improved to 16-26 after their first 42 games of the season and get back to above 500 at the AAC at 12-11. They'll run it back on Saturday at 4 o'clock to end their season series against the Utah Jazz, where the Mavericks will look to split the season series at 2 games apiece. The updated standings in the Western Conference as constituted right now. The Memphis Grizzlies lost today to the Orlando Magic in Berlin as the Berlin games taking place. Orlando with a comeback win over the Memphis Grizzlies, which means the Mavericks actually gained some ground slightly on the Clippers and the Grizzlies.
They're going to end up better than Memphis. They're going to end up 11th, aren't they?
Probably. That's about as high as I think they'll climb because I think
I mean, they're not going to out-tank Utah.
They're not going to out-tank
or
Utah.
Sac or probably the Pelicans maybe, but probably not.
Probably not.
They have no reason to keep losing. So like the Pelicans will keep playing, I think, you know.
Yeah. The Pelicans have to win games because their pick is already going to the Atlanta Hawks, and they need to make that as worse of a pick.
Memphis, I mean,
as they say it again.
Memphis, like the Mavs probably will end up winning more than Memphis. Although the Mavs do have a tough schedule, so we'll see.
And the thing about Memphis is they might be ready here in a minute to blow the whole thing up anyway. I mean, there are rumors that they are about to move on from John Morant. They may even move on from Jaren Jackson Jr. So they could be in a spot where they're about to completely blow it up in Memphis, which means they're going to be doing a lot of losing themselves in the final half of this season. But yeah, the Clippers, they are 11-2 in their last 13 games after a 6-21 start. They're going to be in the play-in. They might even get there by the time we get to the All-Star break. They'll be in the play-in at this rate.
I mean, they're tied with the Grizzlies. So
they
can get there tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the top 9 teams above them, I don't think are going to go anywhere at this rate. So, I think by the time it gets to the season's end, your play-in teams will be in some order: Phoenix, Golden State, Portland, and the Clippers. To battle it out for the final 2 playoff spots in the Western Conference. So we'll see how that turns out because the Utah Jazz, the Sacramento Kings, teams like the Brooklyn Nets, Lakers are losing at halftime. You're welcome. So there's a lot of conversation around the NBA about tanking and how the league is trying to prevent teams like the Utah Jazz from doing what they're doing right now. But for a team like Utah, it clearly has not discouraged them from continuing to do so and act in the ridiculous ways that they are. And the question is, what can the league do furthermore to try and eliminate this if they can?
I don't know. I mean, there were some of those proposals. I think Sham's the one that floated them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is about preventing teams from being in the top 4 2 years in a row, which I think is insane. I would not like that rule. Another one was limiting pick protections, which I actually think is pretty good. I think there's just way too many pick protection things. Like what, top 8? A top 8 protected pick.
The most you should be able to protect is like top 2.
Yeah, I'd say top 4.
Yeah,
top 4 or lottery.
Top 2, yeah.
Because top 4 is you move up.
Yeah,
you know, lottery is hey, you missed the playoffs. But like, there's picks that get traded. There was the one that the Mavs sent the Knicks, I think, was top 5 or top 10 protected. I don't remember. But then if it didn't convey, then it was top again, and then it was top again, and then it was just 2 2s, and like it just is so ugh,
and it finally just conveyed what last year.
Yeah, and it held them hostage for such a long time because the rule that shouldn't exist, the Stepien rule, but you can thank the Mavs for that. That prevents teams from trading away multiple future picks. So anyway, it just held the Mavs completely hostage for a really long time. So I wouldn't mind limiting protections a little bit more, but all that other stuff is just weird, man. I don't really know what you can do other than just you either eliminate the draft altogether or you just say, just there's no such thing as a top 8 protection.
What you got,
so when I heard
you turn the cam on, you know it.
I love this idea, and they'll never do it. But I think it was on also on the Zach Lowe podcast when they were talking about the same thing, and they brought up the idea of like you just set this date, and after this date, like the wins as far as like lottery standings, wins count to move you up in the lottery standings, basically. So it's almost like you would be compete. So that way teams aren't like intentionally losing. So like,
the more you win as a bottom team, the further you go up the draft.
Like
after I hate that because then you would just want to start 0-10.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely like
I'm going 0-41 to start the season, and then so run that by me again. So the more you win
after like a date they would set. Like
that's way too complicated.
It would be hard, but it would just be fun because then they would actually have to try. Like there'd be no incentive to lose after this date. So
like we get 30 days out from the end of the regular season. Every win counts for you to move up in the lottery.
In some sense, I'm butchering it a little bit because I listened to this like a month ago.
That also will disrupt things because like you get to the end of a losing season and a player is also kind of ready to check out because they don't want to get hurt and miss next year. It just there's no. I mean, it's an interesting idea. Bill Simmons also floated the wheel idea for a really long time, which I always thought that was kind of fun.
Which one?
The wheel. So Bill Simmons had this thing where it was like, it's like 31, 8, 26, 4, 19. It's just all the numbers randomly, and teams just randomly assigned to spots on the wheel, and then every year you just move to the next spot.
Oh, wow.
So like it's a fixed order every year, and you know exactly. It's like the NFL schedule. You know exactly what you're going to get, and you can plan accordingly.
Interesting.
I mean, I think incentivizing teams to lose, like we're the only country that where that does that, which is insane because we don't do ties. So it's like you better not tie, but also losing is good. But if you lose, then you're bad because winning is the best, and that's why there are no ties. So losers should be ashamed, but also you're going to get the best prospects in a league where superstars have the most importance. Like, I don't know. It's a very silly system, I think.
I mean, to the point that, yes, the NBA has flattened the lottery odds where ethical tanking has been rewarded. The Mavericks,
and it will again this year, too.
I mean, if they ethically tank, they could find themselves moving up. I mean, we saw it last year. The Mavericks were 11th in the lottery odds, 1.8% chance to win the lottery. They did. The Hawks were 11th in the lottery, wound up being number 1. You should find yourself this graphic where you look at the last 5 or 6 NBA drafts and the number 1 picks in each of those drafts, and then see the Hawks where they landed, of course, in 2024. And they took Zachary Ricochet and the draft picks that sandwiched or between those that pick. is quite a funny graphic to look at, actually. Someone suggested a bottom 8 tournament.
I mean, I think it'll be fun for the fans, but players don't want to do that. You know, like what would be their motivation?
You'd have to do like a money incentive.
The winner gets the number 1 pick.
Why would I care? The number 1 pick in the draft plays my position. I don't want to get replaced. I don't want to cede minutes to this guy.
Well, I guess the theory would be
that's the other thing about the draft is that the draft is literally only for GMs and owners. It is not for the players.
It's not for the players because they're trying to find the next guy.
So you have Danny Ainge that's like, dude, we are not going to win 30 games this year. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you want. I will make the head coach sit your ass if we get too good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the players that are like, I just want my phone call. Like, just put the fries in the bag, bro. You know? So, I don't know. It's just really weird.
A bottom 8 tournament would be kind of hilarious, to be honest with you. Like, the winner of the bottom 8 tournament gets the number 1 pick, and then the other teams just fall into the draft slot based off of where they finish in the bottom 8 tournament. It would be entertaining, I think. But, yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily a great idea. But, yeah, this will continue to be a discussion for a long time in the league as long as teams like the Jazz are willing to engage in the abhorrent behavior that they have over the last few years. And folks will look at other situations like the Philadelphia 76ers when they went through the whole tanking for the process, or, you know, pick your favorite bottom out team over the last 10, 15 years and see how that's worked out for them. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. Or in the case of the Thunder, you get lucky and you get a generational trade that lands you a future MVP in Shea, and then you wind up, you know, where you are. So it is what it is. Wow. Sheldon says top 5 lottery teams should have a percentage of their paychecks docked. Yikes. You taking cash out guys' pockets now? Yee.
Oh, dude, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, my God. That would be so funny.
I mean, what the only way to do it would be, I don't follow European soccer, football.
Oh,
relegate them.
But yeah, like, isn't that the only way to like?
You're talking Adam Silver's language over there.
No,
I know
American
they won't
leagues
do
do
it,
that.
but wouldn't that would be like the only way?
That would be an incredible incentive.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, American fans don't even like teams that are in like 7th place, let alone teams that are in 28th place. They would just not show up.
They wouldn't show up.
You know,
games. You mean my team got demoted?
They might still show up, but you just wouldn't be able to guarantee millions and 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 millions of dollars in TV revenue and ticket sales. So it would be a non-starter for the guys calling the shots. But it's messy. And it's very messy.
Yeah, and the enforcement of tanking as well is kind of like, how do you prove it? The NBA has tried over the years now to fine teams for sitting all-stars on nationally televised games. I guess it's kind of, it's a lot of mess that's going on. Let's get to a super chat before we can take our first and last break here. Aaron with 2 super chats of the $1.99 variety. Just like with the Cowboys, next year is our year.
Yep, that's right. 2 Dallas teams going to win the title next year.
See, but when that turns into 30 years, no.
Okay, well, you believe next year is the year for the Cowboys.
No,
I know you do.
No,
I know.
don't. No, I
no,
don't.
dude, that's cope. You're gonna in June. You're gonna be like,
no, I'm not.
Okay, they had a good draft. They added 4 or 5 new starters. They signed some free agents. They got some young talent. Last year's offense was so good. Like if the defense is just league average, they're gonna be a top 3 or 4 seed. They're going to easily win the division. The Eagles are on their way out. Cowboys have the easiest division in the league. They're going to waltz their way to the conference championship.
That's a lot of Cowboys fans. That's not KG. That's a lot of Cowboys fans.
Yeah, that's not me. Like, I haven't gotten off the narcotic of not being a Cowboys fan. That narcotic, I have definitely. I'm like, no.
Okay.
No. I'm not on that.
Let's see. Let's see. First couple practices, whenever George Pickens does cool stuff, you're going to be saying,
he's here.
Cowboys offense is so explosive and their defense is really good. Watch out. Hashtag Cowboys Nation.
I don't trust Jerry Jones as far as I can throw him. Aaron with another 99 super chat. Who's y'all's ideal draft pick this year? Any number.
AJ Debonsa.
If Darren Peterson can get that cramping issue solved and whatever he got going on with
drink water, man,
and his hamstring, Darren Peterson for me, because I mean, the Mavericks need a guard. They need a dynamic guard.
Tyler Tanner, Vanderbilt.
I know. Yeah, that's your guy. That's your.
He's probably going to go like in the late 20s.
No Tunde, huh?
Yeah. But do what?
He's
no
over
Tunde.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, the Mavs need to trade into the end of the first draft so they can draft Tunde early, and then or Cameron Carr, another guy from Baylor who's now in the first round. Okay, they need to trade in to get 2 more first round picks.
Oh,
so
okay.
they can draft Tunde, Cameron Carr, and Tyler Tanner.
I think that's doable. I think that it's probably.
I think
happen.
so too.
Yeah, I think it's
gonna
gonna
trade
happen.
some Mavericks away to make that happen. You can do.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaden Hardy and Caleb Martin.
You got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Shout out GM Ben with the $2 super chat. KG. GM. Wait, what? Oh, the Royal Rumble.
I guess for like GMs have to fight for
the GM. A GM Royal Rumble. Who says
for
no? Put all 30 GMs in a battle royale and see who gets the who wins, and the winner gets the number 1 pick.
Can we make Luds our GM, our Mavs GM, just for that?
Or a special guest.
No,
GM.
we're throwing Matt Riccardi out there.
No, Matt. I love Matt.
What, are you going to throw Finn out there? No, okay, no. Actually, the Mavs get 2. They have
co-GMs.
So yeah, smart money is on the Mavs. You get 2 guys.
Matt and Michael work together to toss out everybody else.
Absolutely.
And then one of them chooses, like, all right, I'm gonna go over the top rope.
It's Mavs easily. They're the only team with 2.
Okay, real quick. With all due respect, Matt's not the tallest guy.
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
You can't measure a man's heart.
Yeah.
Michael's taller, more physical. I would pick Michael to be my representative.
Get 2. They are the GMs.
Yeah, we're not picking. They're co.
Love you, Matt. Love you, Michael. Aaron with the $9 super chat. I was being sarcastic, trying to stay optimistic. LOL.
Oh, so was KG.
Same.
So was KG.
Yeah.
But next year, I do think if the Mavs get DeBonsa, they're making the playoffs next year easily.
Whoa.
With or without AD.
Whoa.
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
They will be a top 6 team next year. Kyrie, Coop, DeBonsa, Naji,
clip
PJ.
That. Yeah, clip that.
Healthy Derek Lively.
You willing to put a guarantee on that?
If the Mavs get DeBonsa, they're making the playoffs next year. That is the only player.
Are you willing to put a guarantee on it?
Yeah, I guarantee.
No. The real guarantee.
I guarantee if the Mavs get a 2
right.
generational prospects in a row and Kyrie comes back and Derek Lively is going to be incredible.
No, you didn't put all the other ones.
Well, cause that's the reason why I believe.
No, you already stopped.
That's the reason why I believe.
You can't add all these things.
I'm not adding. I'm saying if they get him.
No, you already said the guarantee.
I understand. I'm explaining my
Hold
process.
him accountable, Tanner.
No,
I'm explaining my thought
accountable.
process. That is literally my thought. That's why I believe they will. Because they're going to have Coop, they're going to have Kyrie, they're going to have Lively, and they're going to have DeBonsa and PJ, and that is a playoff team.
Notice who we didn't say they were going to have.
And they're going to have Anthony Davis.
Oh, wow. Let's take our final break here on the post-game show. When we come back, our DLLS Mavs beat writer Harrod Jr. joins us live from the AAC. We do that next.
You should become a diehard. That QR code right there will take you to our website. If you're watching, go ahead and scan it. If you're listening, pull over on the side of the road and go to alldlls.com. Okay, and there you can sign up. There you can sign up to become a. Yeah, don't do it while you're driving. That's pretty cringe, bro. Okay, that's pretty cringe. Just pull over, put that thing in park, pull out your phone or your tablet or your preferred device. Go to alldlls.com, become a diehard. In exchange for a little bit of cash, you get to read the entire website. I mean, okay.
That's worth it right there.
You get a free shirt. All right. It's pretty awesome.
Like
that kind of pays for the cost of membership. But you get, we got like 50 to choose from. It's pretty cool. But you get to read the entire website. Now you get to wear shirts. All right. You can wear them about town. You can wear them around the house.
What else would you do with them?
Wear them wherever. But you cannot wear knowledge. All right. But here's the thing. Your body is a finite space.
Okay.
One shirt is going to cover a part, and that's it. You can wear multiple shirts if you want, but you can only see one. This, though, can store unlimited knowledge. And if you read our website, you are going to have unlimited sports knowledge from Harrod Jr. covering the Mavs, Jeff Wilson covering the Rangers, Clarence and Ali on the Cowboys, and Sam and Sean on the Stars. You are going to become the smartest, most informed, most plugged in, most educated, most beautiful sports fan in the entire Metroplex. You, specifically you, You also get to join the Discord. You get a discount on merch. You get a discount on events. And you get your physical Die Hard card. There it is. Oh, my God. It's shiny. It's shiny.
Man,
I can't look. I can't look.
You've
it's
kept yours in
shiny.
really pristine condition. Look at you go. Look at you go.
So there's so many. And also, we have a free newsletter as well to sign up while you're at alldls.com. So go do all of those things. Thank you very much.
Hey, yo, Lanessa with the $5 super chat. Bobby, I took out $5K on Klarna to make the block bet on Kalshi.
Yep.
I hope you're right.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. It's going to happen.
We're going to the moon.
We're going to the moon.
We need to have a chat.
We are going all the way to Mars with that. That is going to happen.
Aaron Howell with a $4.99 super chat. AD, Kyrie, Flag, healthy next year. We finished top 3 in the West. Whoa. And I win $500K on a scratch-off lottery ticket.
Yeah, see, I would say the first one is definitely more likely than the second one, but only slightly because one of them is like 95%, the other's like 93%. If you do enough scratch-offs, you will eventually win.
I'd take the $500K before I bet the first one.
I'll take the $500K.
But either way,
yeah, just give me $500K. I don't.
He's like, I'm good with that.
I don't care what the conditions are. All right,
just give me the $500K.
Just give me $500K.
You know who's priceless? Our guy, Ron Harrod Jr.
from
the American Airlines Center. He's joins us right now.
Hello, Ron. Oh, were you dozing off?
Hey, that's not what that was, but yes. But that's not what I was doing. I was reading tweets. But no.
Okay. You weren't, but you were reading tweets? Is that what you just said?
No, I feel like I'm dozing off. Also the back-to-back. But I was actually just reading tweets. I was trying to see what Klay said. Oh, I'm Bobby Marks.
I was wondering.
Ask me about the cap, then, buddy. Ask me about the cap. I know the rules somewhat.
So did you started to fall asleep on that ass whooping that was taking place at the AAC? Is that what you're saying?
No, in the way I phrased my tweet, it was a very interesting game to start. That was hated on early by our friend Nick with the Locked On Mavericks. But yeah, I mean, somehow the Mavericks scored 144 points. Somehow every single person had a good game. There was not one single player that played that had a bad game. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, allegedly was the, kind of the player that the Mavericks needed. 12 points, 7 boards, only played 21 minutes. He had a good game. I mean, 7 players in double figures. The only player notable that did not play is D'Angelo Russell. And I think, it's time for us to retire, even asking each other, will he play? Because the answer is no until further notice.
Sorry, it took me a second to get back.
Yeah. The player
it's over
talked
for him,
about
man.
is he's persona non grata around here. The only question I have is how in the world do they move him? Like, who is like, you know what? We'll take him off your hands for how do they move that? Because if he can't get on the floor for a team that's performed as poorly as this one this year, who the hell thinks that, we'll take him on as a flyer? And oh, by the way, we'll be the one sacked with that player option that he's got for $6 million next year.
$6 million is not that much money. It's actually just a drop in the bucket.
It's not that much money.
Yeah,
I mean, it's actually genuinely not that much money.
Says the team that has Jaden Hardy.
In fact, it's a great value. Well, yeah, that's 2 players on great values.
Oh my God!
I could go on.
I mean, to be fair, for teams that are looking, Caleb Martin played 28 minutes, led the team tonight, 6 of 8 from the field.
Come get him.
14 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, 3 steals. Clearly it was more so about opportunity for Klay Martin in NBA. Clearly that was the reason why.
And I think to a degree that his health is much better these days. He's moving much better. I'm about to say, I think we forget. And actually, we don't forget. He was traded here with a hip injury, and we were wondering what in the world is going on here. While while Quentin Grimes is out here putting in work for the Sixers, it's taking quite a while for Caleb Martin to get back to a semblance of a functional NBA player, and he's done that now. So hopefully these last couple of games continue to be confidence builders for him in the final 40 games of the regular season, as we're on the back half now of the season as far as from a games played standpoint. So, again, happy for him. But yeah, this is into the under the umbrella of what does this roster going to look like here by the time we get to February 5th. And I thought Bobby made a good point earlier. You can expound on it if you want to. It's nice to see these guys playing well, but also the idea of these guys playing well, smoking games away potentially for draft positioning who aren't going to be part of the long-term future. I hope I'm paraphrasing your point correctly. It's kind of a weird dichotomy you got going on. Because, cool, Caleb Martin, awesome. Klay Thompson played really well. Y'all not part of the long-term future here. Thanks for helping us win games that we don't necessarily want to win, I guess.
They are under contract for 2 more years, KG. So we can say they're not part of the long-term future, but those guys are under a deal, and I don't expect them to be moved unless they're part of some bigger thing that I'm just not aware of at this time. But I think they'll be here finishing that contract, if I had to guess. Bobby, why are you making that face?
Well, he's agreeing with
it. No, it's probably true. Yeah, but
that was disappointment.
Clay will be on expiring next year.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
somebody
Clay will be expiring.
Yeah, that's
well,
yeah,
maybe, probably, possibly.
I mean, Clay played really good tonight. And I think again, it's just like we talked about in the pregame show. Klay Thompson off of the bench, which we were begging for the first couple of games, begging for them to make that change. Jason Kidd makes that change, and then he says, "I don't care who's playing. You're coming off the bench. You might play a lot of minutes off the bench, but that clearly is kind of where he just is at this point in his career. He had a great game. He still only played 23 minutes." And he really should never get above 28 minutes at this point in his career because his legs are his legs will just not be good for the following game. They play again on Saturday. This is the second night of a back-to-back. 23 minutes is enough for Klay Thompson. He's still making an impact. He's still shooting the 3 ball. He's doing this without a true elite playmaker. So again, if a team needs a sharpshooter off the bench for a nice old playoff team, he's here.
Yeah,
and I did see a tweet earlier today though that said that man, if Klay Thompson's bought out, that his agent will be calling the Lakers. I want to shut that down. Of why in the world would Klay Thompson be bought out from the Dallas Mavericks? What benefit?
Happen. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. We can shut that down today. It's not happening. Klay Thompson, one in the locker room, is one of the leaders in the locker room. All the players gravitate towards him. He works on a lot of players, even with their shooting. A lot of players copy him. Him and Kyrie Irving are those guys. Anthony Davis is one of the better players. At least the players don't name him as one of the players they're copying, moves or quote unquote learning from his play style. At least is what I'm trying to say. Klay Thompson is the guy that all the players are looking at. They're not buying out a player that's a team leader that's going to be on an expiring deal next season. So Twitter, I saw that was a kind of a viral tweet this morning. It will not be happening.
Yeah, I mean, from a financial standpoint, that doesn't make any sense at all for the Mavericks to buy him out. It's just silly.
I would say don't pay too much attention to Twitter. It'll turn your brain into mashed potatoes. As someone that spends a lot of time on Twitter, trust me. Trust me.
I know that and the talk.
But yeah,
I don't have TikTok.
I do want
to make that clear. I do not.
But yeah, if there's a team that wants to come get him to help out for a playoff, run down the stretch, and willing to take on $17 million, next year, and the rest of his salary this year, I mean, yeah, come get him. I mean, I think the Mavericks would be amenable, just educated guys. I think they would be amenable to helping Klay get to a situation where he could try to help someone win in the playoffs if they were to get there. So, did Jason before we let you go, did Jason Kidd say anything about the potential availabilities of Cooper Flagg, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington going into the game on Saturday afternoon?
No, Jason Kidd is not a doctor. He only did 2 years at University of California, Berkeley.
That's right. Was he asked about that at all?
No, he wasn't.
No, he was not asked about that at all. Okay.
No, he wasn't.
Okay. All right. Enjoy your day off tomorrow, and we will get back at it on Saturday. The Mavericks and Jazz running back on Saturday afternoon. We appreciate the time, man, as always.
See y'all on Saturday.
Bye, Ron.
It's our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr., live from the American Airlines Center. That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. No spin around Tankathon tonight because the Mavericks won.
That's right. They're too good to tank again.
Or the Jazz.
To the play-in we go.
The Jazz is just that pathetic. They're just that pathetic. We will talk to you on Saturday afternoon. Our pregame show here will begin at 3:15. 3:15.
Weird time.
It is. It falls right in the middle of divisional Saturday in the National Football League. So
what is that? It's Mavs Jazz, man. I don't care about other sports.
Well, there's a lot of people that do.
No, people are going to be locked in on Mavs Jazz and specifically our pregame show that starts at 3:15.
Well, I was telling them the time so that they could tune that out.
Exactly. Okay.
In the middle of divisional Saturday to watch us.
Absolutely.
And then watch the game and then watch our post-game show afterwards.
Absolutely.
In the middle of divisional Saturday.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Without question.
Without question.
Indubitably.
That's right. Tanner, we appreciate you making us look good and sound good as always, putting up with us throughout the entirety of our pregame show, watch along, and our postgame show. You are the real MVP. We appreciate you. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curl. I'm your host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We are
Say a bunch of nice things about Tanner and just brush right past me. That's fine.
That's because you make all the money here.
That is so untrue. It's not even.
The greatest head of content
wow.
in the history of the All City Network.
I back that up.
No, in the history of DLLS Sports. But I appreciate it.
No. The All City Network.
I think I'm the only one of those that you have met, though, right?
I think
don't go behind the scenes like that. Just take it.
I have to.
We're gonna power rank the heads of content.
If I am not
number one,
I need to be the most humble person ever. I can't. Humility is not enough.
You wanted me to say nice things about you, and then when I start gassing you up, you're like, "Don't say nice things."
I know, but
me.
it's my duty as someone that is extremely humble to deflect praise at every opportunity.
Just take the compliment.
Yeah, just take the damn compliment.
I appreciate you saying that. Keep saying nice things about me. Just kidding. Just kidding. Kevin, you did a great job hosting tonight, just like you do every night.
That's sweet of you, Bobby.
That's true.
Thank
we
you
never.
so
Kevin's always doing the wrap up. So like,
yeah, Kevin is always merely just the host.
But yeah,
no, Kevin, you do a great job.
We never compliment him.
You do a great job, and we appreciate you.
Yes,
Tanner,
we appreciate you, Kevin. Yeah, well, me and Bobby butted heads a couple times tonight, but
he controls like everything.
No, it doesn't. He doesn't control anything.
I'm replaceable.
I know.
No, you are not. Don't
I know how to
ever
use
say that.
ECAM.
You are not. You are not.
Don't you ever for a second get to thinking you're irreplaceable.
Oh wait,
good.
That was such a bad high five.
Oh my god, that was. Can we?
Yeah, there we go. Come on.
That was my weak high five hand.
Come on.
Come on.
We'll talk to you Saturday at 3:15 right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all enjoy your Friday off. We'll talk to you later. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.